Nagmula sa General Santos City, Philippines at may magandang record na 8-0. Dumayo sa unang pagkakataon sa bansang Australia para harapin ang undefeated rin na si Jai Alexander.
Former world champions or fighting for world titles, so he comes from a strong stable. That's the Sandman stable in the Philippines. But tonight he's got Jay Alexander in front of him, undefeated fighter from Mornington. He's a homeboy and he wants that IBO belt over 10 rounds here at the featherweight limit.
Prescott Kokosia looking to follow in the footsteps of Manny Pacquiao and also Juwan and Carhas and get that world title, but he needs to win tonight. That IBO Asia Pacific strap against Jai Alexander. But Jai Alexander is the one pressing the fight early.
Mentioned before, he's an impressive amateur as well, so he's here tonight. He's here to really mean business. Good combinations there from Jai Alexander.
His nickname is Fuego, but I would not mind calling him his nickname sort of the body snatcher, because that's what he's doing here tonight, going downstairs early and trying to break down his Filipino opponent over 10 rounds.
And this fight's brought to you by Ultratune, and it's really a massive crowd here tonight, hasn't it been, Jordan? As we say that, bang, bang, bang goes Jai Alexander with body punching.
Yeah, the body count is lifting as the round has gone on from Jai Alexander. Caught the gloves there, Kokosia, but Jai Alexander really throwing the heavy artillery and landing the clean shots as round number one sort of heads towards the pointy end of the round.
Kokosia from General Santos City in the Philippines, so he arrived here on Tuesday. He's had 4 or 5 days to acclimatise. He's really adapted well to Melbourne, but as we say that, walking in some big shots against the ropes, isn't he, Jordan?
Yeah, the Iceman is struggling towards the ropes, the 23-year-old, but he's a smiling assassin. He's coming forward and wants to exchange with Jai Alexander, but the punch volume is coming from the man in the white and gold trunks, Fuego Alexander.
It's been a terrific fight night tonight. We've had upsets, we've had knockouts, we've had good victories, we've had good prospects. Just a terrific card, and it just keeps getting better. Here, the 7th fight of the night for the vacant IBO featherweight title. It just gets better and better, Jordan.
Yeah, it's all leading to the pointy end of the main event there, and to Kane Clark. He's fighting another Filipino. Looking forward to that in Rodney Raffo, who sort of packs a lot of power. But 10 seconds remaining in this round, and it has been one-way traffic in favour of Jai Alexander, who lands a jab on the face of his Filipino opponent, Prescott.
It's Prescott Kokosia from the Philippines with the blue trunks. So far, it's been a highly competitive first round, Jordan.
It was neck and neck stuff there in the first round, but you look back at Jai Alexander's last couple of fights, he's got some split decision victories over Mason Mararara from Vanuatu, and then he also had that win over Krishna Mudalia on Kings of Combat 24. So he's had some tight wins, but tonight he's looking for the knockout. But having said that, the commentators curse the Filipino, lands a real killer blow there from the left hand.
Kokosia's got Jai up against the ropes now. He caught his attention with that shot. Jai's just nice company. He's now the Vice President of the IBO Asia Pacific area. Took over from the great Steve Scott.
You look at Presco's last fight, he fought in December against Angelito Marine, and another Filipino.
Get a payday and go back to the Philippines as the IBO Asia Pacific champion, which will lead to bigger paydays.
Yeah, you look at Jai Alexander, he's looking for his 3rd title on the professional regional strap here tonight, which will put him onto bigger and better things and on the world stage.
As you say, Jai Alexander this round, his punch output's been good and he's been solid, but it's going to be a hard round to score. How are you scoring it so
Yeah, I think Presco's probably landing the clean in a ring, landing with that left and right hand, but having said that, Jai Alexander lands.
At the Mornington Peninsula Gym, and he's had a terrific turnout here tonight. Oh, nice combinations there for Jai Alexander. Hopefully, as this fight goes, we're to see the true Jai Alexander, because he's keepers, but it is a very highly competitive bout.
He's got that soul draw to his name, Prescott Kokosia, which actually happened in February 2000 Philippines, but that's his only sort of blemish on his record. Other than that, he's had the perfect...
He knows what to do. He needs to keep his punch output out there. He needs to keep throwing strong, but they can't keep up the pace of the first 2 rounds. As we say, that Jai Alexander really extending with his body punching.
Right hand there from Procosia. Not too much sort of pop coming from the Procosia gloves. A lot of power coming from Jai Alexander. In those 11 victories, he's had those 6 KOs. But having said that, his opponent, the Filipino's got natural power of his own.
We mentioned before, undefeated, so he wants to keep that intact.
Boyd, who's undefeated, 9 wins, no losses, 9 KOs. And you've also
Couple of matchups, because that's what Australian boxing needs, good quality local matchups.
left hook there from Jai Alexander on the way out. He lands another one.
So, Carcosia from the Philippines up against Jai Alexander, the local boy from Mornington, trained by Marcos Amato. And right now, we've got Jai Alexander in front on our unofficial scorecards. Jordan Pellegrini commentating with me, Peter Maniatis.
What a great night it's been, calling alongside it. You, Pete Maniatis, as Jai Alexander lands that left hand. A little swelling developing maybe on the eyes of Presco Carcosia due to the heavy punching of Jai Alexander as he throws wildly there. And some good defensive skills shown there by the Filipino, the youngster, the 23-year-old.
But saying that, Carcosia hasn't taken a backward step all night, has he? He's been there in front of Jai Alexander. And it's going to be interesting to see how they can keep this pace up for 10 rounds.
Definitely has been good value for money. Presco Carcosia, the man in the blue and white trunks, definitely held up well in the first 3 rounds and in round number 4. But I think the power is taking its toll slowly from Jai Alexander. For me, he's probably got the upgraded power out of the two, Mr. Alexander in the white and gold trunks.
Jai Alexander, mentioned before, the undefeated fighter from Mornington. He's going to be wrapped as punch as bowl if he can get that strap around his waist here tonight. The third man in the ring, Ignatius Missilidis. And the IBO, it's a climbing organisation, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely climbing organisation. You've got those world straps which all fighters sort of fight for. Eman Carlos is fighting for the international strap, and who knows, in maybe less than 12 months' time he might be fighting for an IBO world title, as Ignatius Missilidis calls a little bit south of the border there from Presco Carcosia, the man from the Philippines.
So far it's been a pretty competitive round as well. Carcosia now starting to get a few moments. But for mine, Jai Alexander's winning this round.
Yeah, this is another round where majority has been coming, the majority of the good work has been coming from Jai Alexander. Those jabs and those left hooks and right hands. But Presco Carcosia, he's definitely having some moments, but is he doing enough to win this round? That's the question.
Some strong body work there from Jai Alexander. And a nice jab.
Sticks out the jab there. A lot of sort of power behind that jab, that left lead of Jai Alexander as Procosia tries to land those punches, but a lot of them are coming off the gloves of Jai Alexander, and the clean shots are coming through the gloves of Presco Carcosia. Jai Alexander wants that IBO Asia Pacific title, and that's no doubt about it going to lead to bigger and better things. Jai Alexander's biggest win of his career probably was in 2018 against Bob Trigg. And for me, this is his toughest test, though. I think, this guy and Bob Trigg will be definitely his toughest tests on his resume.
I agree with that, Jordan. And right at the moment, scheduled for 10 for the vacant IBO Featherweight Asia Pacific title. Jai Alexander with the white and gold piping up against Presco Carcosia from the Philippines, General Santos City. Highly competitive bout. Jordan Pellegrini.
Yeah, this fight, and for me, the majority of the better work has come from Jai Alexander. But having said that, Presco Carcosia is making Jai Alexander work and bringing out the best in the Mornington Peninsula fighter out of Peninsula boxing. Jai Alexander's at 29 years of age now, so he's really hit his peak. Around 29-30s when you hit your peak, and he's showing that in centre ring.
We're going to be joining commentary pretty soon by Paul Nazari, an experienced commentator, and also a boxing promoter from New South Wales, who's come across as a guest for the show. We'll get Paul mic'd up soon, we get his expert comments. As we say that, Presco Carcosia start to settle into the fight, but at the moment, on our unofficial scorecards, Jai Alexander is winning the fight.
Yeah, got him 4 rounds to 0 up, and really in cruise control in centering Jai Alexander.
And we can confidently say both guys are putting in more than 110% and more. They both want to win this fight so desperately, and they're both undefeated, so they're taking it right up to each other and test each other to the limit. Now in commentary we've got Paul Nazari. Welcome, Paul.
So Jai Alexander in centre ring now, trying to control the ring, but Presco Kokosia coming forward and trying to unload those body shots, but Kokosia unloading to the right head there of Jai Alexander, and he's watching every punch here, Jai Alexander. He's been aware here tonight, reading the play well and changing levels superbly, a different class, and looking to improve his record to 12-0 and fight some of the big fish on the Australian domestic scene and the world stage.
Right now, Jai Alexander, he's doing enough to win this fight, and he's boxed impressively, and he's been really smart. It's been an improved performance. He's really stepped up here tonight, and he's shown really good power to the body.
But he's done well, but some body snatching work there by Presco Kokosia. Trying to come forward unload. That was a little bit south of the border there from the Filipino, but look at Jai Alexander. Those power punches will definitely take its toll over the course of 10 rounds. And we've got the third man in the ring, Ignatius Michelides, one of the best in the business. 10 seconds remaining in this round, and for me, Jai Alexander has controlled another round.
Oh, Kokosia flashed pants there with Philippines in commentary, Jordan Pellegrini. Jordan, it's been a highly competitive bout. We've got Jai Alexander in front on our unofficial scorecards.
Yeah, we've got him comfortably in front, but there's, one or two rounds that could have gone, in favour of the Filipino. But Jai Alexander coming forward, really doing the eye-catching stuff in centering the man in the white and gold trunks, utilising the jab and working off that. But what he's doing well is mixing up his punches. And the Filipino doesn't know where the punches are coming from, because they're coming from all sorts of angles, and he's trying to break his Filipino opponent down with those body-snatching shots.
He's been very heavy-handed here tonight, Jai Alexander. He's really loaded up his punches, especially to his body. Kokosia, he's really hit him with some solid body shots and slowed him down.
Kokosia still gallant and still coming forward in the second sort of half of the fight, but how's he going to go in a 10-round contest towards a sort of deep water stage? But Jai Alexander utilising that jab, lands on the face there of Presco Kokosia. The Iceman, will he sustain his first professional loss, or will he overturn it and beat Jai Alexander, who will maybe lose his perfect record? But you just got to wait and see. These are important stages now, and for either fighter, they can really stamp their authority right now.
Both fighters really wailing away with some strong body shots.
Nice sort of pop behind the jab there of Jai Alexander. That's what he's been doing throughout the 5-6 rounds of this matchup. And the sweat coming off the head there of Presco Kokosia, the Filipino. On the balls of his feet here, aware from every punch, reading the play well tonight, Jai Alexander. He's looked a different level to his last two fights against Warawara from Vanuatu.
Strap the seatbelt in.
Oh, mate, where's the seatbelt?
The main course is still to come, but Presco Kokosia is good to go. They checked him, the doctor checked him, and he's all good to go here. But for me, Jai Alexander's really stamped his authority in this matchup. And he's shown his X factor here tonight with those real body blows downstairs on the Filipino fighter. Someone's has to go, and at the moment it might look like Presco Kokosia, but having said that, he lands a couple of lethal shots, and the Filipino Flash, the Iceman, he's on the front foot.
Kokosia caught the attention there, Jai Alexander, at the end of a punch. So he's gotten his moments right now. Jai Alexander's fighting back though, he seems to have recovered.
These are his best moments, the Filipino so far, but Jai Alexander, you said that he recovered, and he's recovered quite well, throwing those punches. 5 seconds remaining in this round, and the second half of this round has gone in favour of the Filipino. Presco.
Ended up making the weight last night, but he's here to fight, he's here to take that belt home.
Okay, yours, let's keep that in the black book. Ali Elrich, big raps there from Paul Nazari, New South Wales promoter down here in Melbourne, and he's been a great guest for us. We went out to dinner last night, Paul, and it was great, wasn't it?
It was, I'm still full. I won't eat for a week.
Joining us, Jordan Pellegrini, one of the star commentators here now on the Victorian circuit. Jordan, it's been a terrific night of boxing. We've had upsets, we've had very well judged fights, and people are impressed. This is what the sport's all about.
And we've also, having the 6 sort of title fights here tonight, and I was very impressed with one fight, Jackson Woods and Hunter Ioane. For me, I said it was a draw. You had the big puncher in Hunter Ioane, but Jackson Woods, I said that he was a real dangerous customer for Hunter Ioane, considering his style. Always a punch and mover, and changes his stances.
Fight of the night so far, that one, you think?
I would say so, yeah.
And there's more to come, Peter, as you said.
Still got another 3 more bouts after this one, so Viewers, don't go anywhere. Make a coffee or a cup of tea, whatever you need. Grab a beer Saturday night and watch the fights here on Ebby Centre.
Prescott Kokosia coming forward now. His corner is willing him on, trying to come forward. He lands those clean body shots on Jai Alexander. But Fuego, he's been on a different level tonight. He's been really in cruise control. For me on the scorecards, he's probably comfortably up, but you just never know with the 3 men at ringside. And what a night it's been so far on Kings of Combat 26 in this IBO Asia Pacific Featherweight title matchup.
I've been impressed with Jai Alexander. I've saw it his last few fights, and tonight he's really stepped up. He's been a different fighter, and he really wants to win this belt.
He's the last of the Peninsula boxing fighters here tonight. We saw Chris Sid Van Denise lose his opening fight, the Mexican fighter. Then we had Lachlan Bubba Higgins, who lost his fight. For me, on the unofficial scorecards, I thought he won the fight, but it wasn't to be. Tyson Turner, there was a couple of rounds there that could have gone Tyson Turner's way, and the judges saw it that way, and the man from Sydney via New South Wales in Tyson Turner gets his first professional strap. But back to the action here, and Jai Alexander on the balls of his feet, and he's got high fitness levels, and he'll go the 10 rounds, no doubt about it. Pete Maniatis.
He certainly will. And as we say, that Jai Alexander fighting off the ropes has been really concentrating on the body of Kokosia here tonight, and he's landed some real telling body punches. But saying that, we said that Kokosia won the last round. Paul, how are you seeing this fight?
Oh, mate, it's been a great fight. But as you said, the Filipino's not been in it. He come back in the last round. But you never know. These Filipinos can throw one from the canvas and it's all over. You never underestimate a Filipino.
Maybe these matchups could be made from different matchmakers around the country. But back to the action here, round number 8.
Kokosia, as we mentioned, he's starting to come home, but Jai Alexander's got a massive lead in this fight. He's going to get to the stage pretty soon where Kokosia's going to need knockout to win.
As I said, don't underestimate these Filipinos. He just got wobbled then, the Filipino.
No, he slipped.
He slipped, bit of a slip on the yeah.
They put too much water on him.
You're closer to the action than me, Pete. I'm on the end here.
They just put too much water on him, and he just slipped on one of the just lost his footing.
A little bit of liquid on the canvas there, and Jai Alexander's going for the kill now.
Boots. They put it. You don't spray water. I think he just lost a bit of footing. He didn't. That's all it was. You can see the water on his back as well.
But big, heavy artillery from Jai Alexander. Having said that, the Filipinos unloading with a left and right hand. That clubbing right hand has been utilised throughout the 8 rounds. Nice defensive work there from Jai Alexander.
There's another slip.
Alexander, yeah. It just gets it. So when a fighter gets wet like that, it trips onto the canvas, and you can sort of lose your footing sometimes on the emblems. That's why it's not good to put too much water. There's a ball in between rounds. You don't want the fighter going for a swim.
Great stuff there from Jai Alexander on his bike, moving, working the left jab. And another fight that was announced today was George Kambosos Jr. and Lee Selby. Looking forward to that one, an IBF eliminator. What are your thoughts there, Pete Maniatis and Paul Nazari?
Love George Kambosos, sparred Manny Pacquiao, and his father Jim. Great family, great for Australian boxing.
George Kambosos is going places, mate. I'll put my house on it. He wins the world title. There you go.
Thank you, Paul Nazari, for your expert comment.
I used to promote that young lad, and so proud to do so. He won his state title, Australian title, and a regional title on Neutral Corner Fight Promotions. He's going all the way, that kid, and beyond.
As we say, Kokosia's now starting to have a few moments in this fight. You can see the water dripping down off his shorts and stuff.
It's been at a high intensity, this fight, Pete Maniatis. Prescott Kokosia, though, this round is one of his better rounds. For me, if there's maybe a second round that Kokosia should win, it's maybe this one.
Jay's swinging for the fences, but he's got an unassailable lead. Jake Alexander could probably take a round off and just get his breath and cruise to a victory here, because I think he's got enough rounds in the bag, but he can't take more than 2 or 3 rounds off. But if he was to lose this round, he wouldn't go into panic stations, I don't think.
What a left hand moments ago there from Jai Alexander. Both fighters are swinging for the fences. 5 seconds remaining in this 8th round, heading into the championship rounds for this.
Tendency back and win this round, because Prescott Kokosia is starting to get a bit of wind up his sail.
He's found a different gear now, the Filipino, but a left hand there, a left hook I should say, from Jai Alexander off the head region. of Presco Kokosia, and both fighters are exchanging in the pocket. What a left hand there, and a little bit of a slip there from the Filipino, really drenched. His sort of shorts are sweating quite a bit, and a lot of water is coming from those shorts.
Yeah, they've changed him, haven't they? Jeez,
Yeah,
they're dripping off him.
you've got to get a towel in there and wipe the surface.
At the moment, it's like an ice skating ring in centre ring, but Jai Alexander trying to look for those bombs. Should bide his time a little bit, like he did in the first half of the fight.
Ignatius Missalati, that's what you call an experienced referee. We mentioned get a towel in there, and he just screamed out, get a towel. Take a bow, Ignatius.
He's always on the ball, Ignatius Missalidis, but the Filipino, he's coming forward now and landing some clean shots, but a snappy jab there from Jai Alexander. He wants that title. And Paul Nazari, what are your thoughts?
Oh, that jab, he's got to keep snapping that jab out. He just tripled it up then and caught the Philo 3 times. He's got to keep that up. The Philo's stalking him with a right hand.
Presto Kokosia all the way from General Santos City, Sandman Gym. We mentioned before he's got some nice touted sparring partners. He's got Randy Peddlecorn, he's got Raymond Gabello, and he's also got Roberto Dunno, who fought Ryan Garcia. So talented gym, and he's undefeated, Presto Kokosia. So he's not coming here as an opponent. He's come here to win the fight. So he's probably snuck a couple of the middle rounds in, and he's going to look to finish. But Jai Alexander on our unofficial scorecards is still in front. But as Jai Alexander gassed, did he lose too much effort trying to blow Kokosia out early in the fight, because he seems to be tiring for mine.
Yeah, the tempo has slowed from Jai Alexander. He's got a little bit of a nick under his right eye there, Pete Maniatis. Can you see anything?
I don't think it's bothering him. I just think the fact that he has spent a lot of petrol early, especially the body punching, and he wasted, not wasted, but he just put in a lot of effort into his body punching early in the fight. But it hasn't slowed down Presto Kokosia. Kosia's still in his face and still working. So Alexander's got to keep that punch foot out and keep working, because he can't lose these rounds. Simple as that.
It's turned into a fight now in the last 2 rounds here, but Presco Kokosia is ending the fight strongly. Jai Alexander had a great camp sparring the likes of Hunter Ioane, who fought before, but the Filipino's got a lot of fitness in his legs, and he's ready to sort of take it to Jai Alexander for the IBO Asia Pacific featherweight title.
As we mentioned before, we've still got Jai Alexander in front.
Yeah, I don't question that, Pete Maniatis. I agree with you there. Jai Alexander, the man in the white and gold trunks, sort of up comfortably, maybe 5 to 6 rounds.
Oh, some beautiful jabbing there by Alexander.
Alexander's looking to close the show. He knows there's 1 round to go, and he's not going to leave in the bank. He's playing for petrol station, for street stations here, because he's got the IBO featherweight title in front of him. He's got his undefeated record in front of him, and he's got the pride of Mornington behind him. He wants to go home with a W.
Definitely wants to go home with a W, and that strap around his waist, and he's ending this fight real strong here. Jai Alexander on the balls of his feet, aware of every punch, uses the jab and gets away, slips the punch there of Kokosia, the man from the Philippines. But you've got to give the man from the Philippines credit when it's due. He's really been a good quality fighter here tonight. He's never lost a fight, but he may sustain his first loss here tonight on Kings of Combat 26.
Geez, I tell you what, Kokosia sitting on him with a right hand here. He's got to be careful, Alexander. He's sitting on him with a right hand.
Kokosia, all the way from General Santos City in the Philippines, to Sandman Gym. He's been gallant here tonight. He's been value for money, and he's put everything out there. But Jai Alexander, the homeboy, he got those early rounds in the bag. Are they enough? We think they are. But let's see how this round goes.
For me, this has been his toughest fight since Krishna Mudali and also Bob Trigg. Jai Alexander, this Kokosia has really brought out the best in the man from the Mornington Peninsula. And both fighters will go to the final bell. There can't be long left. Jai Alexander on the balls of his feet, on his toes, ready for every punch, using that left hook, that short left hand, and snapping the head back of the Filipino fighter, Pete Maniatis.
Certainly is. It's been a good finish here to Alexander. Is he winning the round? Gordon.
Yeah, for me, he's done enough. He's probably the first half of that round, but now Kokosia is ending the fight strongly. But I think the eye-catching work is coming from Jai Alexander, Paul Nazari.
Yeah, Alexander's staying on top here, but God, I just keep saying, he just takes a big swing from the canvas, lose concentration, and you can get caught here.
That was a nice slingshot left hand there from Jai Alexander, which caught the attention of Krakosia from the Philippines. Blood coming out of the right eye of Jai Alexander, but both fighters, 5 seconds remaining, and they're all going to leave it in centre ring. One fighter will go home with the IBO Asia Pacific title around their
Great
waist.
fight.
Very impressed with the matchmaking here for this event.
I certainly am.
Fighting out of the red corner, Jai El Fuego Alexander!
So yan po ang gusto kong i-share sa inyo ngayong araw sa mga kaibigan at kababayan natin dyan sa Pinas, mga boxing fans at sa mga tulad kong OFW saan man panig sa mundo. Kumusta po kayong lahat dyan? Kung nagustuhan niyo po itong aking video, paki-like at kung pwede, mag-subscribe na din po kayo. At para updated kayo sa aking mga video, pwede nyo i-click ang notification bell. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood. Shout out kay Mr. Minandro Domingo ng KSA, kay Mr. Brando Makatangay ng KSA, kay Mr. Ricardo Bernaldo Jr., GI pa din ng Bahamas, kay Mr. Narciso Dupla, kay Miss Madam B at Vilma Reyes, kay Mr. Dong Tangloy Malyari, Jen Merdan Garcia ng Macau, Nerio Morcia, Billy Jubilidad, Jan Maravillas at kay Mr. Edgar Balili. Maraming salamat po sa pagsuporta nyo sa aking channel.
He still does that. Final seconds of round one. The Lawyer now. There goes the chin. Chin is down. Cannot be saved by the bell. Remember, if California has a beautiful counter right hand, he's got to beat the count. And he will not beat the count. But that's the first round knockout by Brian Barrera. Goodness, what an impressive.
By no need to go there. That working well.
Down, that's Gideon down for the first time. Struggling to get to his feet. In terrible shape. It's all over. It's all over.
They talk about approval and sanctioning requirements, and talks about the new commission not sanctioning a fight in which a fighter has suffered 10 consecutive defeats in professional boxing. So if this goes now there right now,
And Penelosa still following him around. Oh, good body shot.
Yeah, body shot puts Gonzalez down.
He's hurting.
Это нокдаун. Если не нокаут. Все, аут. Праздник на Филиппинах.
Arenas Joe's been in a lot of close tough fights. 4 draws and 5 splits or majority decisions. Unlike Davis, he's fire testing, ready for battle.
Oh, he backs him up into the corner.